One of the few good things that Biden did, albeit the last minute of his administration, was removing Cuba from the state sponsor of terrorism list, which Trump added them to at the end of his term. And Trump obviously reversed that as soon as he got back into office, which isn't surprising, but it's another form of economic warfare against the country of Cuba because they want to chart their own path. They want to remain a sovereign state. They want to protect the gains made after the Cuban Revolution, where they overthrew the Batista dictatorship, the US-backed Batista dictatorship. They have universal health care. They have universal education. They have a very literate, educated populace, I should say. They export doctors and teachers, humanitarian aid, while the US exports terror, destruction, bombs, and death. And they don't export terrorism, never have. They don't interfere in other countries. They just want to have their sovereignty respected, which is very much understandable. Hence why the US government since '59 have been trying to overthrow that country. Very, very disgusting, but some people claim that Trump is a pro-peace candidate. This is a form of economic warfare, which makes life for everyday working class Cubans very difficult because it's hard to get any form of supplies, whether it be medication or oil or anything else, into the country, because then if anything has just a little bit of US product in it, you can't export it there. Or if a company, let's say, transports oil there, then they wouldn't be able, then they could potentially have their assets seized by the US government because they conducted business with a so-called state sponsor of terrorism. So it's really just ratcheting up the maximum pressure campaign against Cuba because Washington wants to institute regime change in that country. Now, I don't think it will be successful, but there are definitely a lot of struggles in Cuba. The vast majority of them are because of the blockade and the SSOT. And that's why, people in Cuba, Cuban solidarity activists, just let Cuba live. Let Cuba live. Every country deserves to have sovereignty and independence. Let Cuba live. Cuba si, bloqueo no.